comes back down, and it's Croom who are first to react to it, and Ger Flynn has it from the hand pass from Mickey Cahill down the far side of the field. A push in the back of the Croom man there as he went to gather possession of it. The referee is awarded a free. The free going in favour of Croom, and the referee, I think, has indicated that the Ahane man pulled across the Croom man rather wildly on that occasion. Free then for Croom, who trail Ahane by 5 points to 4. Free then for Croom. Marcus Cregan to take it, a couple in from the far sideline. Sends this one in, dropping it in around the 21-yard line. Breaks down the Ahane, first to react to it on this occasion. Out now to as far as Peter Cregan. Cregan sends this one in. Is it the leveller? It is the leveller from Peter Cregan. 5 points apiece now, and that is Cregan's first score of the game. Goal puck out, taken quickly, sent down towards the 45-yard line, where it's well won there. That was won by David Leamy, and Leamy's been catching ball very well indeed. Sends it in and over the crossbar. It's a very good score. 2 touches from an Ahane point of view, but Leamy's been doing well catching the balls from the puck out. Goal puck out then for Ger Flynn, sent down this near side of the field of the Gaelic grounds. Mick Mackey stand side. John Barry first to react to it, very close towards this near sideline. Kept in play though by Shane Lawler. A little bit of off the ball. The referee happy enough to allow play to continue, which it does, as David Leamy launches this one long inside. Well gathered inside there. That was James Moore, and turns and strikes this one in and over the crossbar. Very good score from the Ahane man, James Moore. Puts Ahane back into the lead at 6 points to 5. The goal puck out, sent down the far side of the field. Well gathered now by Peter Cregan down there. Sends it further up the field. Finds the corner forward, Niall Cregan. Cregan on the 45, very close towards that far sideline. Being shepherded by Ollie Nolan. The ball is sent across the centre. The linesman across on the far side, Richard Maloney, has said the ball has gone out over the line. In fact, it's going to be a line ball. Line ball to Ahane, which they've taken quickly with Adrian Smith, the captain. Plays this one up the field. Taking this one on now, going towards the 45-yard line is Fergus Ahern, 65, as he sends this one in down the far side. Sends it out over the sideline though. A poor ball from the stick of Fergus Ahern on that occasion. Gone for a line ball for Croom down the far side. 6 points to 5, the scoreline in favour of Ahane. Line ball going to be taken over there. That is Mark O'Riordan who's going to take this one. Just shy of the 65-yard line. Places it about a yard in from the far sideline. Line ball sent down the far side of the field, won by Peter Cregan. And Cregan, midway between the 45 and the 65, launches it in danger here as John Barry gathers possession of it. Run away from goal a small little bit. Barry sends it across the centre. Who's first to react to it? The answer is Croom. They have possession of it. The ball sent in from Niall Cregan. It's dropping into the hand of the goalkeeper. That's Tyg Flynn. And Flynn comes away with it and clears it down this near side of the field. Launch long towards the 45-yard line, where Stephen Lucy gathers it for, I was going to say for Limerick, but for Croom, as the ball hand passed out now down the far side of the field. David Leamy causing Croom damage, sends this one in. Has he caused them more? He has. It's over the crossbar. Another good score from David Leamy, and as I say, he's causing Croom a few problems as the big centre forward. Goal puck out then to be taken by Ger Flynn. Away to our right hand side, launches it long. Brilliantly caught though by Ollie Moran back there, and Moran launches this one up the field, where Mickey Cahill and Stephen Lucy combine. Lucy launches a huge one down towards the opposite 45. It'll break inside. Michael Carr and Tyg Flynn come, they get their wires crossed, but Ahane very lucky to get away with that one, with James Hayes, who arrived to sweep up and clears it down this near side of the field. Clem Smith was found. The referee is awarded a free. Free is going in favour of Ahane, and Clem Smith, of course, involved in Clare Hurling management team. He was involved in a game just not so long ago, a couple of hours ago in fact, in Cusick Park. Made his way back here to the Gaelic grounds to be sure to be here to play. It's the free then to be taken by Ahane, and Ollie Moran going to take this one. Picks it and strikes it down this near side of the field. Breaks towards the 45. The referee is awarded a free. The free going against. That was Mickey Cahill on that occasion. Free for Ahane to be taken about 40 yards or so out from the goal. and a scoring opportunity and a chance for them to extend their lead to 3. It's Noel Moloney who's standing over this free. The scoreboard currently reading 7 points to 5 in favour of Ahane. This is a chance for Noel Moloney, picking it and striking it. It's going left, but has it just stayed in? It hasn't. It's gone to the left hand side and wide, and so the scoreline still remains 7 points to Ahane, 5 points to Croom. Croom, who got off to a very good start, will be kind of worried that they haven't scored recently. Will be looking for a score just before half time in order to settle nerves again. There's plenty time left though as Croom gather possession of the puck out. Peter Cregan has it, plays the ball forward down the far side. Ahane just getting on top now in some areas as Adrian Smith launches this one long. It's in, dropping into the hand of the goalkeeper again, and combined with Ahane's 5 wides, the ball has dropped into the goalkeeper's hand about 3 or 4 occasions as well. Ball played up the field, well intercepted though by Michael Carr for Ahane, sent down this near side of the field, and a bit of a scrum developing there in amongst them. Marcus Cregan for Croom. The referee, I think, might throw the ball in between 2 players. The pitch here in the Gaelic grounds, I've said it before and I'll say it again, not in the greatest of conditions this afternoon for this county championship game. In goes the ball though. You might get stuck in the sand. The referee has awarded a line ball. It's going in favour of Ahane down this near side of the field, and Ollie Moran thought about taking it. Injury to an Ahane man down the far side of the field as well, for good measure. And Ahane leading here by 7 points to 5 over Croom in this county senior hurling championship game. The championship sponsored of course by Limerick's Live 95 FM. Line ball then down this near side of the field, going to be taken by Cathal O'Reilly, the Ahane number 5, and he's back about 43 yards from his own goal. Difficult to find a good sod of ground to take the line ball from, but he's managed to take a very good line ball, sends it down this near side of the field. Lucy wins it, lays the ball off now as far as Peter Lawler, and Lawler up the field towards the 45 yard line, broken down. Ahane win possession of it with Niall Moran, well blocked down by Hugh Flavin, out over the line. Should be an Ahane line ball. It is an Ahane line ball. Hugh Flavin not too pleased about that occasion, but I'm sure if he has the benefit of the replay, he'll see that the correct decision was made. And Cathal O'Reilly going to take this line ball again. Took a very good line ball a couple of seconds ago. He'll aim to take another one. He's been told, I think, to advance it a few yards as well. The referee now wants to have a word with Hugh Flavin, who's still giving out. He still maintains that should have been a Croom line ball. Noted the notebook then for Hugh Flavin, and a line ball for Niall Moran now, right in front of us here. Moran sends a crossfield ball down the far side of the field, well gathered by the substitute, that's Sean Madden, towards the 65, sends a far side of the field now, finds James Moran, very close towards that far sideline, sends it in, does Moran though, and sends it over the crossbar. Very good score from him, and Ahane lead by 3, although the quick puck out is already taken. Will the referee allow it? He has allowed it. 8 points to 5, Ahane lead. Croom win possession of it inside there with Thomas Carmody, looked to be fouled. The referee has in fact deemed that he's overcarried the ball. He's going to award a free for Ahane, who are leading by 8 points to 5. To be taken back there by Ollie Moran. Ollie to take this one midway between the 45 and the 65 yard line. Here comes Ollie Moran's free, a little closer to the 65, might drop in around the edge of the square. The referee is spotted pulling. Shawnee O'Connor was deemed to pull Stephen Lucy on that occasion. The free going in favour of Croom. 9 points to 5 then. That's the score line as the goal puck or the free is sent down this near side of the field. Won by Ahane and taken forward towards the halfway line, sent inside, well gathered inside by Shawnee O'Connor, strikes this one in. That is a very good score, is it? It's not, it's just crept to the left and wide. And well, if Ahane had taken even half their chances, they'd be out of sight at this stage. The goal puck out, sent down the far side of the field. Croom really need to get a score if they're to get back into this game. It's you'd have to say at this moment in time, Ahane dominant in all areas as Croom fly in quite wildly there, I think, by Peter Lawler, looking not to concede a free in that occasion. But Hugh Flavin, the captain, has it going forward towards the 45. They need a score. They won't get one with balls in like that, but it might work in their favour. It won't, because Ahane have it now with Ollie Nolan clears it down this near side of the field towards the 65-yard line, looking to win it. Johnny O'Connor gets a touch to it, but well gathered by Croom down this near side and cleared up the field towards the 45, very close towards the sideline, looked to be out. It was out over the sideline. Hugh Flavin, despite his best efforts, couldn't keep it in play. And Croom, you'd have to say, are in a bit of bother. Line ball taken quickly. Cathal O'Reilly launches this one forward. Ahane could get another score here, but the bounce doesn't favour them. Instead, it's with Stephen Lucy now, and a chance for him to clear his lines up the field. But it's all Ahane, and Ahane gather it again with Adrian Smith, bringing it forward towards this near side of the field. Plays the ball across the centre, but John Cahill gathers it, well blocked down by his opposite number, Fergus Ahern. He gets it off to the midfielder, down back towards Ollie Moran, and Moran launches this one in. That'll be a huge score, but again it goes to the right and wide. That, I make it, is 7 wides for Ahane. They lead by 9 points to 5. They've hit 7 wides, and they've dropped the ball into the goalkeeper's hands numerous times as well. And you just wonder, will those wides come back to haunt Ahane? Not at this moment in time, because they're well on top as Niall Moran goes forward again, lays the ball off towards James Moran. Moran makes no mistake about this one. It's in and it's over the crossbar. It's double scores, 10 points to 5, and that is not James Moran's score this afternoon. Goal puck out then, goes down the far side of the field. Croom in desperate need of a score. They haven't scored in quite some time, in which stage it was 5 points apiece. And Ahane have got the last 5 consecutive scores without reply. Croom looking to right that now with Peter Cregan down the far side of the field towards Niall Cregan. Cregan on the 21 strikes this one in. That's a very good score, and Croom needed that one, you must say, and they have it. So it's 10 points to 6 now. The gap is back to 4. Goal puck out from Tyg Flynn. That's the half-time whistle. Half-time scoreline here in the Gaelic grounds sees Ahane in control, leading by 10 points to 6. Second half underway then. Michael O'Connor throws the ball in very swiftly indeed, and it's Ahane that gather possession of it, leading by 10 points to 6. As we start the second half, it's come out down this near side of the field from David Leamy, and he's carried it out over the sideline. It's gone for a line ball for Croom. And Croom, through Marco Reardon, well, I'm sure their management team of M. Daly and O'Donnell have made some very harsh words at half time. Croom, who were well out of it in the first half for long periods, and Ahane got well on top, but can they keep it up down this near side of the field? Fergus Ahern starts as Ahane finished a half. It's coming down very close towards this near sideline, shoulder in the back there. The referee has awarded a free, a little bit of pushing and shoving, nothing too serious going on there, and the referee in very quickly just to keep everybody apart. Play will resume, I'm sure, with a free for Croom. Michael O'Connor just consulting with his linesman on this near sideline. He's making his way back. I think he might want to talk to one or two people. There was nothing too serious, it must be said. But free going to be taken anyway. The referee, I think, is not up with the second half as Marco Reardon plays this one long inside, looking to find Niall Cregan. Can't quite get the ball into hand. A bit of a scrum developing down the far side of the field, but it's Ahane through Ollie Moran that gather possession of it. Hand passes it off towards Adrian Smith, a bit too much on it. Croom have it, and Croom have won a free, and John Cahill might well be advised to just put down the ball and take his free, and that's what Michael O'Connor is saying to him as well. You have the free, just put the ball down and take your free. Chance for Croom then to put just 3 between them. 10 to 6 it is at the minute, and this free from John Barry, were it to go over, would only reduce it to just 3 points, despite Ahane's pretty much dominance of the first half. The free then, John Barry picks it and strikes it. Might drop short into the hands of the goalkeeper. It does. Tyg Flynn down the far side, sun in the eyes, takes it towards the 13, now to the 21 as the hand pass towards Cathal O'Reilly. Couldn't gather possession of it first time of asking. Two Croom players collide into each other, and Ahane gather possession of it. Rather fortunately, David Leamy going forward towards the 45, across on the far side, bounces the ball on the conditions here, passes it down this near side of the field. Look to be a push in the back of Paul O'Connor. The referee hasn't awarded a free because Ahane are still in possession of it. It's in from Niall Moran, and that is just the kind of start Ahane would have wanted. Niall Moran with the point on that occasion. 11 points to 6 then. Injury across on the far side to Peter Lawler as well. A bit of blood coming from him. Dr. Mick Lucy in there just to check on his well-being. Sure they'll go off, stitch him up and send him back onto the field of play again as play going to resume with Ger Flynn's goal puck out, sent down this near side of the field towards the 65-yard line, 45 I should say, winning possession of it. Peter Cregan very close towards this near sideline, hand pass across the centre, tried to find Niall Cregan, couldn't quite get to it, and instead it's Ahane that cleared the ball up the field towards the far side now. As Croom play this one very close towards the sideline. It's well gathered though by Ahane, and down this near side, a foul on the Ahane man down in front of us here. The referee has awarded a free on Niall Moran. Foul there on Moran. A little bit of bite coming into the second half from Croom. Well, whatever was said at half time, it certainly riled them up if nothing else, and the linesman down this near side just telling everybody to calm down as Niall Moran lines up the free. He's stolen a couple of yards as well, but I'm sure nobody will give out too much to him. As Niall Moran picks this one, he's on the halfway line as he strikes it, a couple in from the sideline, dropping it away to the right hand side though, and wide. And well, Ahane hit 7 wides in the first half, and that's the first of the second, so 8 wides they've hit in this game so far. Goal puck out then for Croom, to be taken by Ger Flynn. Sends it long down the far side of the field, looking to win possession of it across there. Ahane can't quite win it, and instead it's Marcus Cregan for Croom, but he's lost possession of it. Well done Ollie Moran battling for it. He's on his hands and knees across on the far side. The referee is going to throw the ball in between two players over there across on the far side, 65 yards out from the goal. And it's Ollie's brother Niall that's standing in for this one, along with John Cahill. Cahill gets the better of Moran on that occasion, plays the ball forward, trip there on Thomas Carmody. The referee is awarded a free. The free is going in favour of Croom, and it's a chance for them to reduce this gap to just 4 points, 11 points to 6 is what it is. And the free going to be taken by Marcus Cregan over there. Standing over this one, picks it and strikes it in. Marcus Cregan, and strikes it over the crossbar. So that's a very good score from him, and no doubt he'll be pleased with that one. Marcus Cregan getting that one, 11 points to 7. Goal puck out, sent down the centre of the park. Then Ahane looked to win possession of it. Peter Lawler back on the field with the bandage over his eye, and coming away with that one was Mickey Cahill. He was fouled as he did so. The referee is speaking to one of the Ahane players as well, wants to have a word with him for that challenge on Mickey Cahill. That is Fergus Ahern that's been spoken to, and Ahern may well get a yellow card. Indeed he does get a yellow card, and Mickey Cahill receives a bit of treatment as well down the far side. 11 points to 7 then. Mickey Cahill back to his feet, able to resume, and the free for Croom down the far side, to be taken midway between their own 45 and the 65. The point scorer Marcus Cregan takes this one and launches it long. That's a huge one. That is a brilliant score from Marcus Cregan. It went all the way from his own 65 over the crossbar, and there's 3 between them. 11-8. Goal puck out from Tig Flynn, away to our right hand side, goes long down this near side of the field, looking to win possession of it, or that should be in a hand line ball now, I think, by all from where I could see. Anyway, it looked like a hand line ball, but the linesman on the far side has given it in favour. That's Mike Mead, I think, has given it in favour of Croom. Mickey Cahill going to take this one. The Croom cornerback then, under the watchful guise of Dr. Mick Lucy, takes the line ball, not the greatest of one, well blocked down, but one back again on this occasion, and forward by Croom in towards the edge of the 21-yard line, sent in, well blocked down the first occasion. Chance comes back towards Niall Cregan, but brilliantly blocked down again. Third time of asking from Niall Cregan, sends this one in and sends it over the crossbar, and Niall Cregan, well, he'd be glad, third time lucky. The Ahane defence won't be glad that they gave him 3 opportunities to strike that one over the crossbar. Needed no fourth invitation. 11 points to 9 then. There's only 2 between them, as you can see on the scoreboard. And for all of Ahane's dominance in the first half, Croom beginning to dominate the second, and they win possession of the puck out, send it long down this near side, and Tyg Flynn comes out of his goal line, gathers possession of it on the 21-yard line, launches this one clear. Up the field it goes towards the opposite 45, where it's well gathered by John Cahill, and Cahill plays it down this near side of the field, brilliantly plucked out of the air by James Hayes, and Hayes sends this one forward up the field. Midway between the 45 and the 65, John Cahill wins it across now towards Peter Lawler. Lawler does well to gather it, sends this one in. Is it to put a point between them? It is. 11-10. Peter Lawler with the bandage around his head, putting that one over the crossbar, and Croom are hurling a storm in this second half. Tyg Flynn takes the goal puck out for Ahane. Down the far side, Lawler puts up the hand, doesn't gather possession of it. Instead it's Shane Lawler for Croom, loses possession of it, and Clem Smith over there sends the ball across this near side of the field, where it's well won by Patsy Cahill, and Cahill finds support from Mark O'Riordan. Can't get the ball up in the first occasion on his own 45, launches the ball long down this near side of the field, but Ahane come away with it, bursting away with it is a big cornerback Michael Carr. Carr off towards Fergus Ahern. Ahern's ball inside isn't really the greatest, and it's Croom who gather possession of it with Patsy Cahill, goes to ground, doesn't win it. Clem Smith has it, might have been fouled. The referee said he was fouled on that occasion. It's going to be a free, the free for Clem Smith and for Ahane, about 48 yards out from goal, and this will put 2 between them again. Niall Moran coming up to take this one. A number of points. He's got Ahane's only score of the second half so far, and Niall Moran up to take this one, picks it and strikes it in, and strikes it over the crossbar. There's 2 between them again. 12 points to 10, and Ahane's first score in a long time comes from a free again by Niall Moran. Goal puck out then from Gerard Flynn. Comes down this near side of the field. Croom look to win possession of it, but it's Ahane that get the breaking ball with James Hayes the fullback off towards Ollie Moran in support, and Moran passes it towards his brother Niall, back again towards Cahill O'Reilly, and O'Reilly launches this one 80-90 yards down the field, brilliantly caught inside there but lost again, and Patsy Cahill picks up the breaking ball for Croom, sends it down this near side of the field, where Ahane gather possession of it with the cornerback, that's Ollie Nolan on his 45-yard line, might break towards Ollie Moran. Niall Moran, I should say, breaks it off towards Clem Smith. His opposite wing Smith launches this one inside, dropping in around the 45, where it's well gathered back there by Patsy Cahill. Can he gather possession of it? He can't, and Sean Madden goes forward towards the 21, striking it in into the hands of the goalkeeper again, and not for the first time have Ahane done that. It's dropped into the hand of the goalkeeper, and defence turned into attack down the far side of the field. Ollie Moran cuts out the attack and sends it down the far side of the field. There's an injury to an Ahane player as well, but play continues. Niall Moran sends this one in. It's dropping in around the edge of the square. Up goes Stephen Lucy. Lucy gathers it, comes out in space, clears the ball down the far side of the field, breaks inside. Ahane losing possession of it. The fullback James Hayes goes to ground. The ball is not coming out from anywhere. The referee is coming in. He's going to throw it in between 2 players in there. A little bit of pushing and shoving going on as well. A chance for treatment to come on to both injured parties. There's an Ahane man down injured. I think it's Sean Madden. It looks like that's down injured away to our left hand side. But he's gingerly getting back to his feet. Michael O'Connor just having a look. Wants everybody out of the way. And Michael O'Connor is happy that play can resume. There was no 10 yards between where the ball was thrown in. The referee has awarded a free. The free is going for Croom. Well, as I said, there was about 7 or 8 players, it seemed, in for that throw-in ball, but play has continued, and Marcus Cregan was fouled, and he's won a free, and he'll put a point between them surely now. Marcus Cregan standing in front of the posts, picking this one, striking it in, and striking it over the crossbar, just about over the bar. But 12-11, that's the scoreline, and Ahane leading by a single solitary point. Their lead I should say, has been whittled down to just 1 point. Goal puck out then. Away to our right hand side, comes long down this near side of the field. It goes brilliantly caught. That was by Shawnee O'Connor, now out at the centre forward position, played inside. The referee has spotted a foul by Paul O'Connor on Peter Lawler. On that occasion, the free going in favour of Croom, and it's going to be the Marcus Cregan, the point scorer, who's going to come back to take this one now. He's on his own 45, I've no doubt, but that Marcus Cregan has one thing in his mind, and that's to get this as long and as close to goal as is possible. It's going all the way and it's dropping it around the square. It's gathered there by Ollie Moran, and Moran hand passes the ball off to Adrian Smith, who's in acres of space, and Smith launches this one clear down the far side of the field. The referee has spotted a foul there. Clem Smith went to gather possession of it. The referee has said there was a foul on Smith, I think, and no, in fact I think he's going to throw it in down there. Not quite sure why he's decided to throw that ball in, but in it goes anyway. And ball played down this near side of the field from the throw in. I'm still bemused as to why that was awarded. John Cahill has it, sends it in, but sends it to the left hand side and wide on this occasion. 12-11, that's the scoreline on the scoreboard. Away to our right hand side, goal puck out then to come from Tyg Flynn, and the Ahane goal launches it long down the far side of the field, looks to set up an attacking opportunity where it's well won by David Leamy across on the far side, playing well as Leamy, very close towards that far sideline, off towards Shawnee O'Connor. O'Connor across the centre now towards Kevin Burkery, and Burkery, the substitute, midway between the 21 and the 45, striking this one in, but well blocked down by Mickey Cahill, and passes it off towards Mark O'Riordan, and O'Riordan plays this one forward up the field towards the halfway line, towards the opposite 65, but it's Ahane that gather possession of it. Ball going to ground. Referee watches closely as it's Thomas Carmody that has it for Croom, plays it forward again, but Ahane rather scrappily win back possession of it. Niall Moran gets the ball into the hand, takes it towards the halfway line. Surely he's fouled. The referee has given it the opposite way. In fact, he's given a free for Croom, and I thought that should have been a free in favour of Ahane. I honestly thought that Niall Moran was fouled as he was going through there, but the referee sees it different to me. It has awarded a free for Croom, and it's a chance now for Marcus Cregan on the halfway line, about 2 yards in from the sideline. No doubt he'll fancy his chances of getting the point. Distance shouldn't be a problem. Accuracy will be the probably the only thing that might scupper his chances. Cregan sends this one in. The accuracy is good, the distance isn't though. It's into the hands of the goalkeeper. That's Tyg Flynn, and Flynn brings it towards the 21. Hand pass off towards Adrian Smith. Was a bit casual in his clearance, but still managed to get the ball away down this near side, out over the sideline. Yes, it is indeed out over the sideline. Mickey Cahill last touched him and gone for a line ball for a hand. And Mickey Cahill on that occasion couldn't keep the ball from going out. Line ball going to be taken by James Moran. Moran then to take this line ball a couple of yards in from this near sideline, sends it across the centre. It's well gathered though by Mickey Cahill, and Cahill launches this one forward towards the 65. Now breaking possession, this one down is Thomas Carmody. Carmody goes in, wins back possession of it, and support from Hugh Flavin across the centre now towards Carmody again. Carmody battling for possession of it in there. Niall Moran. Moran goes to ground. The referee will probably throw this ball in between two players as Niall Moran fell to the ground there on that occasion on top of the ball. Still has a hold of the schlitter, goes back to retrieve the hurl and gives the ball to Michael O'Connor, and he's going to haul play up while Thomas Carmody puts the helmet back on and has a chat as well with Michael O'Connor. So then throwing ball going to be taken, in it goes. Moran wins possession of it, but not cleanly, and launched long inside, dropping in around the square. Croom have a chance, well blocked down. That was by Peter Cregan, and it's cleared down the far side. It's gone out of play for a wide ball on this occasion. From a Croom point of view, and still a point between the teams. Injury to an Ahane man there. Couldn't quite see who it was. Might have been just a bit of cramp, but play continues as Tadhg Flynn takes the goal puck out, and beautiful sunshine here in the Gaelic grounds in Limerick. Well won by Kevin Berkery. Berkery from the halfway line launches this one in, dropping in around the square. Danger here, but it's Croom through Ger Flynn that win possession of it, and Flynn sends it down the far side of the field, very close towards the sideline, out over the sideline. And the line ball across on the far side of the field then for Ahane. Going to be taken, I think, by Noel Moloney. He's making his way to take this one across on the far side of the field. Noel Moloney to take the line ball. Linesman just assists the first aid and the physio woman as her bandages lay on the ground as the ball sent down across this near side of the field. Croom gather possession of it and look to clear this one with subsequent ease, and forward it goes now. Looking to find it is Thomas Carmody around the middle of the park. Has support now from Marcus Cregan. Cregan lays the ball off only as far as Noel Moloney, and Moloney plays this one forward towards Shawnee O'Connor. O'Connor sends this one in. It's high, but it's to the right hand side and wide. 9 or 10 wides now, I reckon, for Ahern in this game so far, and they won't be too pleased about that. The Ahern management won't be too impressed with 10 wides. Goal puck out then for Ger Flynn. Point between the sides, let's remind you, 12 points 11. Goal puck out, sent down this near side of the field. Ahern gather possession of it, and they have it with Adrian Smith, the captain of the Ahern side. Plays this ball forward, looking to find Clem Smith. Smith lays the ball off. There's danger here for Croom, but well recovered by Stephen Lucy, amongst others back there. And Lucy lays it off now towards Patsy Cahill, and Cahill gathers it on the 13-yard line and strikes it long up the field towards the 45, where it's well gathered by Noel Moloney. Moloney launches this one in. It's dropping around the 21-yard line. It's well gathered though by Croom down the far side of the field, and Peter Lawler launches this one up the field, dropping in around the 21-yard line, gathering possession of it. Peter Cregan going forward on towards the 21. He's lost it. He's won the ball back. He's lost his footing. He's back to his feet. Plays it across the centre. Niall Cregan missed the pull on it completely, and Ahane looked to clear it on the ground. The shot goes in. It's in the back of the net. Marcus Cregan with the goal. Well, it's scrappy play. Ahane won't be too pleased about their defensive work, but Marcus Cregan will say thank you very much. 1-11 to 12 points, and Croom take the lead. Well, we can see this goal again. The ball broke out. The fullback seemed to have it. That was James Hayes. Marcus Cregan gathered it, and the finish, in fairness to him, was emphatic. It was a wonderful finish, low to the bottom left-hand corner, as we look at it here, but I'm sure James Hayes will be disappointed that he didn't keep a hold of that. 1-11 to 12 points, and this game is turned on its head. Croom lead, and well, I mentioned the Ham won't be pleased about hitting 10 wides. Will they rue to miss those opportunities? Time will tell. Goal puck out down the far side of the field. 1-11 to 12 points. That's the scoreline here at the Gaelic grounds. Well gathered by Ahane from the puck out down the far side of the field, about 65 yards out from the Croom goal. Going forward with this one, going to ground. The referee says no free forthcoming for David Leamy, and then a foul against Sean Madden. He's overcarried the ball, I think, is what the referee has indicated, or is he giving a free in favour of Ahane? No, it's a free against Ahane on that occasion, and a free for Croom. Everything going their way at the moment. They lead 1-11 to 12 points. The free then to be taken by Marcus Cregan. The goal scorer, Cregan, picks this one and strikes it long. It's dropping to the right-hand side, and it's dropping to the right and wide on this occasion. Another wide there. And look at the stopwatch. Will tell us we have about 5 or so minutes left. Goal puck out, sent down the far side of the field from Tadhg Flynn. Down the far side, looking to gather possession of this one is Shawnee O'Connor, but Peter Lawler gathers it first. Lawler can't get it into the hand. Shawnee O'Connor has it down the far side of the field. O'Connor turns and strikes this one in. Is it a point game? It is a point game. 1-11 to 13 points. The scoreline here now at the Gaelic grounds. And there's a point between these two sides. Ahane, of course, with the famous tradition in the County Senior Hurling Championship. Croom, of course, have their famous tradition as well. The goal puck out Two very proud teams. I'm sure neither side will want to lose this one. Goal puck out, won by Croom down this near side of the field, taking it forward towards the 21-yard line. Well intercepted. Ollie Nolan gathers it 21 yards from his own goal, sends it down the far side of the field, looking to win it. Shawnee O'Connor. O'Connor goes to ground. No free forthcoming on that occasion. Gathers possession of it again. Crewman on the ground as O'Connor hand passes the ball across the centre towards Kevin Burkery. Burkery can't control it. Instead, it's with that was Pa Reedy. Reedy was fouled. The referee's awarded a free. The free is for Croom, and an injury as well to John Cahill. In fact, it's Mark O'Riordan. O'Riordan just receives a bit of treatment. He's back to his feet though. And Mark O'Riordan will resume his position at wing back. And he'll take the free himself as well. David Leamy acting as the referee's assistant there, telling Mark O'Riordan where to take the free from exactly. The free for Mark O'Riordan, picked and struck from Croom down the far side of the field. It drops in around the 21, brilliantly caught by James Hazley, full back now off towards Adrian Smith, the captain, and on the 45-yard line launches this one towards the opposite 45. Shawnee O'Connor, it's not, in fact it's Shawnee Madden comes out, doesn't win possession of it. Instead it's Croom that have it and clear it down this near side of the field, out over the sideline. Last touch to sticky Clint Smith. Should be a line ball for Croom, which it is. Being awarded down in front of us, away to our left hand side. Line ball for Croom. Thought about the quick one there, did Mickey Cahill. Thought better of it, and Patsy Cahill going to take the free then on the line ball, I should say, on the 45 or 46 yards. Now 45 dead on from his own goal, away to our left. Just a tad to our left hand side. The line ball, not the greatest conditions, very difficult for line ball, straight out over the line, near side of the field. Line ball for Ahane, running out of time now. Line ball from Adrian Smith. He's left it in fact towards Noel Moloney, who's gone back to take this line ball. Line ball from Noel Moloney. It's a huge one, launched long inside, but it's well gathered by Peter Lawler for Croom. Lawler lays the ball off now towards Pa Reedy, and Reedy further up the field, gathered in possession of this one. That's number 19 that has it down the far side of the field. Played out over the sideline, across on the far side. It's going to be a line ball. That's touched on a hand man now, and gone for a line ball in favour of Croom, which Maurice Cregan is going to take. So Maurice Cregan to take this line ball across on the far side of the Gaelic grounds, the uncovered stand side, the second of two games here in the Gaelic grounds this afternoon, sent down this near side of the field, well gathered, but lost again at the second attempt, taking on Ollie Nolan, going forward towards the goal. Chance here for Croom to wrap it up, a point between the sides. They lead. The man has lost possession of it though, 111 to 13 points, and it's a hand that gather with Ollie Moran under a bit of pressure from two Croom players. One of them is Thomas Carmody in there. Carmody still battling for possession of it, going to ground. Ollie Nolan, he's looking for a free. The referee said no free forthcoming. He's given a free in favour of Croom, in fact, for over carrying the ball down in front of us here, 111 to 13 points. Line ball to be taken by Maurice Cregan. Or the free to be taken by Maurice Cregan, sent in, hits the upright, comes back down. Who's first to react to it? The answer is Ahane and Ollie Nolan. Risky stuff there from Nolan as he swung wild and drove the ball down the far side, down this near side of the field, where it's won by James Moran, out around the middle of the park. Now back in his own half-back line. He's lost possession of it, and this one is played inside. The referee has said a foul on the crewman, I think. No, in fact, is it gone the opposite way? A foul on the Ahern man, I think, is what he's awarded. No, foul on the crewman, yeah. Free in for Croom for where the ball landed. And a wild swing there by Michael Carr as the ball was offloaded. Is what the referee is indicating is going to give a free to Croom, and it's a chance for them to put two between them. It's 111 to 13. It's, well, they went for a goal on that occasion with the quick free. Comes back out, chance of a goal. It's blocked by the goalkeeper, still comes back out. Here's another chance. It's another brilliant save by the goalkeeper. That was Peter Cregan's shot. The goalkeeper makes a brilliant save. No one on the goal line now as the goalkeeper comes out back towards Peter Cregan. 13 yards out, has it. He's lost to Hurley. He's hooked and sent out near side of the field. Adrian Smith. Brilliant defence by Ahane. it must be said, and 3 magnificent saves by Tadhg Flynn in the Ahane goal, which would have certainly, had they not been made, have seen Croom wrap up this game as it is, still in the melting pot as the ball sent in. It's high and it's over the crossbar. It's a point for Croom. They'll take a point, I'm sure, but it could have been so much different were it not for 3 magnificent saves by Tadhg Flynn. The goal puck out already on its way. Shawnee O'Connor sends this one in and sends it over the crossbar. There's still only a point. 112 to 14. Croom's 2-point lead didn't last all that long. Goal puck out then from Ger Flynn. Away to our left hand side. Flynn sends it long down this near side of the field. Ahane looked to gather possession of it through James Moran back in his own half back line. Now lays it off. Going forward with this one is Noel Moran. Moran launches this one in. Is it the leveller? It's dropping to the right. It's saved by the goalkeeper Ger Flynn on this occasion. And Flynn sends it down the far side of the field, out over the sideline. Line ball for Croom. And Croom hanging on by the skin of their teeth. 112 to 14 points. Line ball for Ahane to be taken across on the far side. Well, drama at the highest order here. Cathal O'Reilly takes the line ball, dropping it inside around the square. Out comes the goalkeeper, gathers it, lays it towards Stephen Lucy inadvertently, I think. Lucy clears the ball up the field towards Hugh Flavin. Hugh Flavin is fouled. The referee is awarded a free. The free is going in favour of Croom. A chance for them to clear their lines, 45 yards out from goal. And well, all eyes on the referee now. 112 to 14. You can see it on the scoreboard. We're heading into stoppage time. Our Croom about to record a magnificent victory over Ahane here this afternoon. A victory that would have been looking unlikely, I should say, at half time when they trailed by 10 points to 6. The free sent in, it's high, it's dropping in around the square. It's well gathered by the fullback James Hayes, and Hayes comes away with it, lays it towards Adrian Smith, and Smith forward up the field towards the 45. Clint Smith looks to win possession of it. Smith hand passes the ball off down this near side now. It's with Ali Moran. Moran goes forward towards the 65, towards halfway. It's taken off his hurley, sent out over this near sideline. Line ball going in favour of Ahane. It's last chance saloon now on this occasion for them. Niall Moran to take the line ball. He's been told to come back, but then he's been told to take the line ball anyway. The linesman nearly got a belt of Niall Moran's stick. It's forward towards Ali Moran now on the 65. Here's a chance from James Moran. It's sent in. It's high, but it's dropping to the right and wide. Another wide for Ahane. 12 in all in the game so far. And well, could those 12 wides prove costly for Ahane? They trail by a point. 112 to 14 points. The referee, all eyes on him now, is Ger Flynn, about to take the goal puck out. Sends it down this near side of the field. It's a long one, dropping it about 30 yards out from the Ahane goal, where they gather possession of it to Ahane. Shawnee O'Connor back in his own half back line, plays this one forward down this near side of the field, out over the line. I think that last touched the Ahane man. In fact, the linesman has given it in favour of Croom, of Ahane, and well, I thought that should have been a Croom line ball, but nonetheless, Niall Moran going to take it 45 yards out. And what will Niall Moran do? He might have a chance of a point here. Might Niall Moran might think it worthy of going for it. Not the greatest of connections. That's it. It's all over, and Croom have recorded a famous victory over Ahane. 112 to 14 points. It didn't look likely at half time as they trailed by 10 points to 6, but it's Croom with a magnificent second half performance and a goal by Marcus Cregan that has given them a 112 to 14 point victory over Ahane here in the Gaelic rounds.